Now
I'll
it's
be making a paper presentation on influencing
So,
university ranking
it's okay
now
now.
is it heardable? Is it heardable?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
it's
okay.
okay.
through unethical research practices. My name is Chinaza Solomon Ironsi. I'm from Rowland University here in North Cyprus. Before I commence, this is the overview of the presentation. We'll have a section for the introduction while I present some background to the study, and then I will hint my paper, the research upon this theoretical framework, and also present a conceptual framework, and then I will highlight the aim of the study and a few research questions that we pose for the study, and then we will also explain the methods that we adopted, the research designs that we use in designing the study, and then we'll report the findings that we obtained from the analysis that we've done so far, and also carry out some discussions and make conclusions and recommendations, and then I'll present the references. Alright, now it is well documented in studies that there are diverse unethical practices ongoing within the academia. Examples of such include issues of plagiarism, issues of data manipulation. Already there are numerous predatory publishing companies and outlets out there publishing papers that are used within the academia. We have also the concept of publish and perish that is influencing or affecting graduate students and postdoc students, and these, we say that these has a great impact or influences higher education rankings. Now, broadly translated, this implies that within the academic space there are papers that are published with no plagiarism check, and also we say that there are published papers with huge data manipulation. Research reports all these. There are also issues of published papers that are published by predatory journals, and of course the issue of payments to publish has resulted to publications of low quality papers within the academic space. Now the broader implication is this, that these influences university rankings negatively. Okay, rankings that are made based on these premises could not mean not to be a true representation of the actual ranking or actual quality of such institutions. And so we say that at times when you ask the methodologies upon which these rankings are made, there's this huge claim of it representing quality. So this mismatch in what is reported in literature is what is ongoing, and the actual picture of what we see concerning university rankings necessitates this investigation. Now, we hink these studies upon two huge theories, the ethical climate framework. This framework shows that prevailing ethical climates within an organization has the potentials of impacting ethical behaviors. Secondly, we look at the social network analysis. This analysis, it takes its time to examine how academic networks and collaborations could facilitate or impede the spread of unethical practices within the academia. And so we conceptually say that this prevailing ethical climate within the higher institutions or higher education space has the potentials of impacting on researchers' behavior with regards to academic research. Not just that, secondly, that the academic networks that we have or collaborations have the impact or the potentials of facilitating the spread of unethical practices, and these has potential influence university rankings in recent times. Given this, we decided to make this investigation to unveil unethical practices that influences university ranking. Secondly, we want to provide a comprehensive understanding through opinions and interviews on the influence of unethical research practices on institutional rankings. These were the research questions that we investigated. There are two of them. I'll not have time to go deeply into them. All of these are contained in the main paper. These were the methods that we used to implement the study. Like I later mentioned, the study is a mixed method research. We collected quantitative data and qualitative data. Quantitative data we used to analyze research misconduct, the opinions or self-reported opinions of participants through the questionnaires and surveys that we administered. The qualitative part, we use focused group interviews to elicit information from the researchers on their opinions on the influence of ethical practices on institutional rankings. We recruited 245 researchers who are currently participating in the study. This study is ongoing. We have collected the qualitative data, and we are still on the process of collecting the quantitative data. It's a huge one, and for the interviews, we randomly selected 56 participants who we interviewed, and we coded them as G1 to G56 for anonymity purposes. To analyze these data, we intend to use the quantitative to use the linear regression to analyze the quantitative data in order to unveil relationships between university rankings and several unethical research practices that are ongoing in recent times. For the qualitative data, which we have already analyzed, we use the thematic analysis to analyze the opinions or the responses of the interviewees, and transcribe the data and then code the data, unveil themes and review the themes, and then before we arrive at the final naming of the themes. So this aspect of the analysis, it's already concluded, and I'll be presenting the findings in this paper presentation. Yes, this is the qualitative findings. What are the opinions of researchers on the influence of ethical research practices on institutional rankings? So we answered the second research question using these interviews. These were the themes that we found out, that we unveiled. Number one, pay for research and get ranked. It obtained 44. It occurred 44 times. Low quality papers influence rankings. Unique hijacked journals influences ranking. Manipulated papers lead to high rankings. Rankings not true representations. So these were the emerging themes. There is no time to show the transcribed data and highlight the codes. All of these will be captured in the main paper, and hopefully we are optimistic that this will get published, inshallah, once we round up the studies. But these were the qualitative findings, the themes that were unveiled when we administered the interviews. Discussions. These are already stated issues that are ongoing and already discussed in research. There are issues of fabrications of data, plagiarism, and unethical behaviors that is challenging the body of research in recent times, and this must be addressed through such investigations and many more that we encourage our colleagues to investigate in different educational contexts. These are all studies that their findings collaborates with the outcome of the qualitative findings, the qualitative analysis that we carried out. There are lots of here. These are thoroughly discussed in the papers. Given the 15 minutes that we have to make this presentation, I will not have time to take my time to make these discussions properly, and also that given that we are still trying to collect the quantitative data, and afterwards we can collate all the quantitative and qualitative data that we obtain and be able to make robust discussions on this topic. The quantitative data is in progress. The qualitative data has been collected and analyzed, and that's why I presented today. And we hope that once we collect all the data, we can use the information that we collect from these various sources to make robust findings, robust conclusions, and very insightful conclusions on this great topic. Okay, I think that's that for now. These are the references that we used for this presentation. I bring greetings from Ralph Lintash University here in North Cyprus. Thank you.
Well, actually, you know, that was presentation of our colleague Dr. Shahaz. Actually, Chinaza, sorry. The presentation was very good. It was focusing upon the impact of, you know, unethical practices in a way that impacts in a negative way how you know, quality assurance and tracking works. And he highlighted very important ideas about the practices, the bad practices that might be done, like plagiarism, like, you know, unethical publication, or like using such kind of papers or journals that are, you know, like predatory. Those are illegal journals, that they are there or even